Hello everyone and welcome back. So this is going to be a short video talking about data collection and the statistical analysis part. So for data collection, you can use Google Form to facilitate the process. Some people I know use Excel, but I never personally tried it. I think Google Form is better because you can see all of the results right away after you finish collecting the data, and you can see what is the common gender, what is the common side effect or complication. It really shows you everything with graphs as well. So divide the work between your co-authors to speed up this task. So usually the data collection process, it would take the longest time when it comes to research. Everything else can really be done within 1 week, including writing the manuscript. So if you have several co-authors with you to collect the data, it can be really good. So try to divide the task equally. If you're doing medical records, for example, if you have, for example, 400, for example, medical record, and you have 5 to 4 co-authors, then each co-author would have 100 medical record, and you would go over them on a span of month to 2 months, depending on your examination schedule. So again, this task is usually the longest, so you can sometimes consider recruiting data collectors as well. So data collectors are people who are not co-authors, but who will get a certificate for collecting a specific number of records. So I think a very common question that you may come across, should you be a data collector aside from being a co-author? Data collectors do not qualify for authorship, but they do qualify for a certificate of acknowledgement or to be written in the acknowledged section. However, I would recommend only doing it once or twice, since it really gives you the point for the research participation. But you can also get the research participation by having an approved IRB approval, for example. And sometimes you can be a data collector to learn how to use the electronic medical record in your hospital or your institution. So also consider that, but refrain from doing more than 2 to 3 data collection opportunities, since really they take a lot of time and they do not have the same credit as a co-author. So for the statistical analysis, when I first started doing research, I always thought this was the biggest issue. I did not know how to do a statistical analysis or how to use statistical softwares as well. So how can you make this efficient? So you can either have a co-author who's familiar with it. It can be a student or a faculty member who specialize in biostatistics. Some students, they have already learned about biostatistics as well from online resources on their own. So if they're interested to working with you on a project, you can also have them as a co-author. Also consider hiring a biostatistician. A biostatistician is someone who's already specialized in biostatistics, and sometimes they can offer their fees, their services for specific fees. It can range between 650 Saudi riyals up to 950. So consider that as well. So we need to understand that not all researchers know how to conduct and or interpret statistical analysis. So some people, they only know how to do the basic things, including the chi-square test and the t-test as well. However, there are some advanced kind of statistical analysis like regression analysis and multivariate analysis. So not everyone know how to interpret it, even highly productive researchers. So you can either learn it or delegate it to a fellow co-author or hire someone to do it. Most people recently, what they do is just hire someone, and there are several statistical services as well. So there's this service called SPSS Saudi. It's a good option. I have worked with them on one project, and they have been efficient to a certain extent. So I also recommend working with them. I'll add the link and their email and contact information below in the description section. I think also a good method of knowing where to hire a biostatistician, you can ask your seniors and mentors if they know any available biostatistician, especially if your seniors and mentors are involved in research extensively. So whether to be a co-author or to hire them if they provide their services for free. So some research institutions, so for example King Abdullah International Medical Research or KMARC, they provide some services like statistical analysis and edit proofreading. However, the downside, since they are a research institution, they work with so many researchers, whether from their institution or from outside. So the downside from this, that yes, it is for free, but it can take so much time. So the ideal way to learn it, but as medical students can be so busy, so it can take so much time. I know some students and residents who have already learned it at some point, and it really helped them along the way. I hope you find this video informative, and best of luck.